wanted to see another kid say, oh, my, what this? So I have to celebrate. Yeah, we go back, say it, oh, yeah. You gotta get back, get it, oh, yeah. My school, my deal, what I do. I said, like, you're my little guy, we are living, well, I'm gonna leave up my time. I step up, walking when I get candy, I'm really one just say it, oh, and it's your need, well, I let it go. You say it, well, you want to chill, shut that up, yo, I said, yeah, well, I'm gonna get it, so dick. All this, I still want to hear friend. But you get sick, what do you want? So I said, I swear, baby, but you get sick, what do you want? So I said,
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia. We want peace in
It's more musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for your authority. That it can't take your love in. Crime stop right here for us. We need shelter to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a you must talk enemy, you check it. You wait for your safety. If you see a don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stop, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stop Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stop, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us. Crime stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stop, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stop Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stop, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us.
Randy, why you take it?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, so go and deep and deeper. Put it to each you give. Be that living sense in her.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, folks. Wherever you're joining us this morning, we want to welcome you to another fascinating edition of the program from the print news here on Freedom FM 87.9. As a matter of fact, we have 10 minutes down 11 o'clock from where I sit this morning, and together we're going to be talking about different issues that are happening in our country. But we're firstly going to look at what we have from the local dailies. My name is Esther Daku, and I'm being joined by one of our Radio LIB partners, Aliyu Masale. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Mama Labirot. Aliyu Masale. Glad to be here this morning. Thank you.
Okay, it's good to have you, Aliyu Masale, this morning. But we want to quickly recognize our sponsors, Crime Stoppers Liberia. You guys are doing so well to have us, on this platform. We want to also recognize Mayuba Sons Incorporated. We want to recognize Exodus Best Price Store on the Gurley Street and the Old Road. But this morning it's good to be here, and we are here for business. And so let's jump into business. We have 2 local dailies on our decks. As a matter of fact, the online version of these are newspapers. We have the Front Page Africa and we have the Liberian Observer. We're going to be going through them, and hopefully Ambrose Sambwani is listening, and he knows the paper we're going to be reading from this morning. But let's jump into 8. I gotta mention the guy name every day, so yeah. And this top story on this end says Rep Koluba begs for time to secure legal counsel. Let's go back to it. So Rep Koluba begs for time to secure legal counsel as Deputy Speaker Fala predicts action against lawmaker act of prejudice. And the story is right here. We will read some lines from it, and then we will run to other stories we also have on our decks this morning. Let's get comfortable. Okay, I think we have it, and then let's take some lines. It says Montserrat County District 10 Representative Yeke Koluba has requested additional time to secure legal counsel as a House committee investigates allegations that his recent comments on Guinea-Liberia border disputes threatened national security. This is right here, and we will continue. It says Koluba but pleaded with the committee for a brief delay to obtain legal advice. The committee, however, granted him only 2 days to return with his lawyer and respond to the allegations. The lawmaker is under scrutiny following a complaint filed by Montserrat County District 3 Representative Sumo Moba, who called for Koluba's expulsion. Moba accused him of undermining Liberia's sovereignty after allegedly stating that the disputed territory belongs to Guinea. The House of Representatives has since mandated its committee to review the complaint and submit recommendations on the matter. While the investigation is ongoing, Deputy Speaker Thomas P. Fowler has indicated that disciplinary action is likely. There will be action on this. Rep. Koluba's alleged action, but that's the politics. This is the tradition we have to change in our country today, he said. I heard some of them saying Yeket did it yesterday. He used the same tactics to insult, attack, and brought the George Weah government down. Why? They can't forget about Yeket. But it's the same. I mean, it is that the legacy we want. Is that the legacy we want to set? We should continue to be in a cycle because you insulted me yesterday, so I should come and insult you. What lessons we want to give to our kids? No, I disagree with that. If he did it yesterday, there must be a room for change so that the next generation can come and say, no, interesting. Wow. But let's read through. Lawmaker begs for time. It says that in a communication to the committee, Rep. Koluba appealed for 5 working days to retain counsel, citing the recent fast and prayer holiday and closure of law offices between April 10 and 12, which he said made it difficult to engage legal services ahead of the hearing, initially scheduled for Monday, April 13, 2026. The lawmaker further noted that the matter raises significant constitutional issues, including questions regarding the committee's jurisdiction, and emphasized the need to consult with legal practitioners experienced in constitutional law to ensure his rights are adequately protected. However, during its hearing on Monday, the committee granted a request in part dedicating that 5 days will be excessive given the limited time frame of the ongoing special session following a motion. The committee allowed 2-day extension effectively Monday. Committee Chair James Kellett assured that the proceedings will be conducted in line with the House rules and procedures guaranteeing due process. He subsequently announced Wednesday, April 15, 2026 at 10 a.m. as the new date for the hearing. Rep. Koluba is currently under investigation for alleged gross breach of duty and violation of oath of office pursuant to Article 38 and 76 of the Constitution of Liberia. Investigation of Rep. Koluba stems 2 former complaints submitted by Montserrado County District 3 Representative Smo Moba and Police Inspector General Gregory O. W. Coleman. Rep. Moba, in his communication, accused fellow Montserrado County lawmaker Koluba of gross breach of duty, misconduct in office, and violation of his oath. The communication alleged that Koluba publicly suggested that disputed territory between Liberia and Guinea belongs to Guinea, something which he claims is inconsistent with Liberia's official position. Rep. Moba argues that such statements undermines Liberia's territorial integrity, weakens its diplomatic standing, and brings the legislature into disrepute. Well, let's leave it there and run to more stories. We have lots of stories here this morning to look at. We don't want to spend all of our time on just one story, but let's see what's next. It says that after mob attack, Red Cross begins rebuilding destroyed Riverside village, but fear, hunger, and what and insecurity persist. Well, it says Bethel, Riverside County, on a recent humid morning here, the sound of shovels breaking earth has returned for the first time since a mob burned nearly the entire community last month. This time, the digging is not for destruction, but for rebuilding. Workers and residents have begun shipping dirt bricks using newly delivered tools from the Liberia National Red Cross Society, which has pledged to rebuild 24 homes destroyed in the attack. But we will leave you here, and we will run some more stories this morning. We have lots of stories here to look at on the front page Africa this morning. We're still on the front page Africa, and this one says, let's see what the next story is about. Soup Slime's ruling Unity Party vows to hold April 14 March for jobs and justice protest today. Okay, I'm told they are already in action. Let's look at more stories this morning from the front page Africa. This says tighten control on abortion, drug, but women's group warn against blocking access to care. Let's have this story. It says Liberian women health advocates have cautiously welcomed the government announcement that it is going to more closely regulate misoprostol, a drug widely used to cause a medical abortion or to provide care for women facing life-threatening conditions during and after pregnancy. But they warned that the regulation must not limit access to women trying to access safe health care options. Last week, the Ministry of Health announced that misoprostol should be sold only with a valid prescription and dispensed under the supervision of a licensed pharmacist or another authority or authorized health worker. The ministry also says it will increase inspections, check supply chains, verify prescribers, and investigate illegal sales. Women's groups say the government has the right to regulate the drug, but they say the new rules must not block access to care in a country where unsafe abortion and health crises during pregnancy already cause tens of thousands of deaths and injuries each year. At a time when Liberia continues to grapple with high maternal mortality, public health regulations must strike a careful balance between control and access, says Esther David Yango, Executive Director of the Women NGO Secretariat of Liberia. The Secretariat, a national coordinating body for more than 250 women-led groups across all 15 counties, says the government should do three things as it enforces the rules: make sure women and girls are not denied care, teach the public how misoprostol should be safely used, and strengthen accountability while protecting women's right, privacy, and well-being. The debate comes on as maternal mortality and unsafe abortion remain major health problems in Liberia. Liberia has one of the world's highest maternal mortality rates. Misoprostol can be used to help women whose pregnancies are threatening their lives and help those who are hemorrhaging after birth. With strong limits on legal abortion, unsafe abortion also kills and mines thousands of Liberian girls and women. A 2021 national study found that more than 38,000 pregnancies ended in abortion that year. More than 3 in 5 of those abortions led to moderate or severe complications. About 1 in 10 ended in death or a near miss, meaning the women nearly died. The same study says 14,555 women sought care for abortion related complications in 2021. Health advocates say the real number is likely higher because stigma and fear of legal trouble stop many women from going to a health facility, with teen pregnancy also high in Liberia and limited sex education in schools. The burden falls heavily on girls. But let's leave it here and look at more stories. This morning, you will be defeated. CDC Chairman Janga Kowo warns Bwaka-led government. But we have the story here. Let's take some lines from AIDS. It says Chairman of the Opposition Congress for Democratic Change, Janga Kowo, has declared that the ruling Unity Party has failed the Liberian people and will be voted out in 2029 elections. Criticism of government performance, it says, speaking during a news conference at the party's temporary office in Cinco, Cobalt said the CDC is preparing its political structures and mechanism to democratically remove the Unity Party from power. The reason why some of us are the proponents and propagators in waiting for democratic rule, for democratic elections, because the government has failed miserably to deliver on its promises to the Liberian people, and the Liberian people will take you, Unity Party, out of power, and there is nothing you are going to do about it. You will be defeated, CDC chairman said. He further emphasized the role of democratic processes in leadership transition. The Liberian people will kick you out of power and you will surrender power, because part of the constitutional requirements of a stable democracy are regular elections and democratic transition. Warning to the government, cautioned the current administration to prepare for a peaceful transition of power, stressing that the opposition remains committed to democratic principles. He added, enjoy the next few years remaining of your government to exit peacefully. And the only thing, because all of the imaginations are lending in our hands, we are committed to democratically peaceful election. We continue to organize and to plan opposition to NEC nominee. The CDC chairman also called on lawmakers to reject the nomination of Jonathan K. Weider as acting chairman of the National Elections Commission, linking political bias. As a Congress for Democratic Change, we say that the appointment of Jonathan Weider is not only questionable and dangerous, but it is a bad faith by the by the current administration. It must be rejected in the interest of peace and democracy, he said. Constitutional concerns. According to Kowo, the nomination violates constitutional principles governing public institutions. It is very concerning that President Bokai will request for Mr. Weider to take over the National Elections Commission while his confirmation is pending, he said. Anthony Code added, this is a clear violation of the spirit and intent of recent appointment as provided for in the Constitution. The National Elections Commission is an integrity institution that shows a clear line of chain of succession. Kowa remarks underscore rising political tensions as opposition leaders intensified criticism of the Waka-led administration while positioning themselves for the next electoral cycle. Well, that's it. Let's run to more stories this morning. We'll take a few more headlines and then we can call it a day. It says 16 CSOs report lawmakers passed key bills without deliberation, censored coverage, and intimidated. Okay, that's it. And then House reviews US 45 million draft supplementary budget for possible passage. But let's come back to this story and see what it fully says. 16 CSOs report lawmakers passed by bills without deliberation, censored coverage, and intimidated female colleagues. Interesting one. The Legislative Monitoring Coalition of Liberia, comprising of 16 civil society organizations, has released its legislative monitoring report on the 55th National Legislature, highlighting the failure of lawmakers to hold legislative debates before the passage of key legislations and intimidation of a female lawmaker. The report also named persistent last start of session at the Liberian Senate, recurring quorum violations at the House of Representatives, the failure of both houses to place about 92% of legislative documents on official website, variable in-house attendance, and the closure of plenary committee sessions to civil society organizations and the media remain key issues of concern at the legislature. It can be recalled that during a plenary session at the Chamber of the House Representative, Mohammed Breeze Mensah raised procedural concerns about the manner in which legislative instruments are passed by being passed by yea and nay rather than by clear recorded votes. But that's it. Let's jump up to more stories. We have Airport revolt brewing. Unpaid workers threatened to shut down. Shut down what? The only international airport we have. I mean, Liberia. It says airport revolt brewing. Unpaid workers threatened to shut down Monrovia domestic airport as salary arrears spark anger and corruption questions. Okay, that's Monrovia domestic airport. But let's see more stories, headlines only. It says residents of Margibi District 3 petition Sekou Kalasco to contest. And then we have NPA Deputy Managing Director tours Harper Port highlights. And Liberia faces over 1 million annual vaccine bill as World Bank faces out support. Liberia faces over US 1 million annual vaccine as World Bank faces out support. Liberia has long relied on support for traditional vaccines through global financing mechanisms, often involving partners such as the World Bank and Gavi, the Vaccine Allowance. However, the World Bank has notified the government of Liberia of its intention to end financing for traditional vaccines beginning in 2026, raising concern about health advocates about the country's readiness to assure full financial responsibility without reversing critical public health gains. Amid these concerns, a public health initiative Liberia, in collaboration with the Global Health Advocacy Incubator, recently launched a budget gap analysis report on primary health care and immunization in Liberia. The report assesses Liberia's core financing performance under Gavi, identifies gaps in vaccine budget execution, and highlights growing risks to the national immunization program as donor support declines. But let's read the remaining headlines. This says TSDL responds to allegations of using his office to solicit contracts for I don't know what. We're not going to go through that. You can grab a copy or just come online and look at the front page Africa. These stories are all here. President Bouaka signs into law a bill establishing the Liberian Institute of Tax Practitioners following legislative consideration. And then LEC launches smart metering project to combat power theft. And then Liberia Immigration Service convened week-long retreat in Nimba. And of course, this is it. We will look quickly at the Daily Observer, and then that's the Liberian Observer. And the Liberian Observer has what we want. So let's go through 8, and definitely we will be able to bring you some lines from this story. Okay, we have the Daily Observer right before us, and then the top story here says LFA sets May 15 election date, imposes 5-day candidate deadline. That's just one of the stories we have here. And we have Rep. Koluba on edge as colleagues move towards possible impeachment. And that's another story right here. CSO demands urgent reforms on jobs, electricity, water. And then test your hearing. Okay, let's move to this one. Bouaka prioritizes in US 45 million supplementary budget. Legislature shows sign of reform, but trust gap persists. Liberia faces over US 1 million annual vaccine bill. And then we have, I think so far, these are all of the stories we have from the Daily Observer this morning. We're going to take word from our sponsors. When we come back, we will definitely bring you our talking point. Until then, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
more musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't tell law in your hands for your authority. But it can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us. We need safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see you must talk enemy, you check. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. My part of the Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, keeping us safe, let's stop it crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, crime stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it crime for all of us.
Randy, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: cold brew, apple kiwi, full red, and fitness orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. I was going to go 20, but put it to each game. We are living since
A very pleasant welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the program from the Print News here on Freedom FM 87.9. We have been joined by our weatherman, and he's going to be telling us the weather report today. Welcome to the show, Tunis. Good morning.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Mama Liberia. Good morning to my brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Your good friend from Staten Island, New York, Radio LIB with Freedom FM 87.9. Your weatherman, Tunis, on the Print News. Today we stand, as of now, we stand 85 degrees Fahrenheit, temperature-wise. Precipitation, which is chances of rain, is about 0%. Yeah, 0%. But you're lucky, you are okay, 0% in the daytime. But as the night fall, you might have some rain at night. But you may not have that heavy sun. It's cloudy today. That heavy sun, even though it's 84%, it feels like 92. But you may not have that heavy sun on your head. it's cloudy. Like I told you yesterday, we are approaching the rainy season. In history, when I was in school, my history teacher told me, or the books I read, I think tomorrow is supposed to be the first of rainy season, the first, which is mid-April to mid-October. I don't know if that changed now, because it's been a while. I'm an old man now.
Climate change. Climate change has affected everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but it still shows sign, because I can see the weather is changing. It's not, even though it's humid, but the sun is not blazing like last month. Okay?
That's
So
good.
like today, you're having a little break. You may not have that heavy sun. It's cloudy. That's what the temperature telling us here. I don't know what you're feeling there, but exactly what the temperature tells us, that's exactly what happened in Monrovia. So today, you're going to have 84 degrees, and at night it will change. It will go down to 76. But the humidity will go up to 94. So be ready for the heat. You know, the heat gives you no break. It's just the sun that gave you a little bit of break. Okay, then we go to tomorrow. It's going to be wow. Tomorrow temperature is way in the 90. Yes, and it will be a little bit light rain, but it's in the 90. It's just that the sun will come. It will be mixed weather tomorrow. Tomorrow it will be cloudy, light rain, sun. But the temperature itself, this is it had nothing to do with the heat. It's in the 90. Okay, the heat itself, it will start with 75. The average is 75, but as the day go by, as the night fall, while you're sleeping, it will go up to 93. Okay, 93. Can you imagine 88? 88 feels like 95. That's what you're experiencing tomorrow. Even though it's not going to be a heavy sun, you're going to have a light rain, and also sun will be coming. It will be mixture. They will be fighting each other to see who going to win. But it's going to be a nice day for you. Today is going to be a nice day when it comes to the sun. Tomorrow is going to be a nice day. Let's see what Thursday say to us. Thursday also in the 90. The temperature by itself is in the 90. Okay, Thursday. That's what Thursday tells. But you're going to have a lot of sun anyway. The sun will be more than these the last 2 days. It will be more than today and tomorrow. You're going to have a lot of sun. Only thing that will be probably a little thunderstorm and a little bit of rain you will experience it. But you're going to have a lot of sun. If you're going to do anything tomorrow on Thursday, the sun will come back. Okay, so let's keep it with these 3 days: Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Thursday, there is the percentage of rain is 40%. The wind is only 7 miles per hour, so forget about it. Humidity is 75, and it will go up to 94. Wednesday, tomorrow, is 70% of rain. Percentage of rain. The rain is 70, so definitely there must be a rain tomorrow. The number too high, 70. Okay, the wind is 7 miles per hour, humidity is 75, but as the night goes on up to 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 a.m., it will extremely start increasing. That number will start increasing to 90 something. So if you don't have an air conditioner or this and that, a fan to comfort you, be ready to sleep outside in any which way you want to. Okay? So yeah, experience in our history days, our history class day, it used to be tomorrow one was supposed to be the first of the rainy season. First, April 15th. Mark that down. If it had changed, I think the history book have not changed it yet, even though we haven't global warming and all of that, climate change, all of that. But that's what in the history book. And we're experiencing it now because you can see the weather is changing. It's coming from April, even in America here, in New York here, where we are in America, we call this April month rainy season. That's our rainy season. So almost the same level from Monrovia to here. I don't know about other countries. Monrovia and here, we're experiencing rain. Even here, we're experiencing rain. We are now going to the best weather ever, spring. I mean, we are already in spring. But spring is rainy season. Sunday is good, Sunday bad. Sunday good, Sunday bad. Like today, the whole week will be in summer weather. Even though we're in spring, but we'll be in 70, 80, 85. That's what I'm showing out here. The entire week. Today, this morning, it's 7 o'clock. The weather looks so nice. You can even walk outside with short pants and short sleeve shirt. All of that. So the weather is nice here in New York City. Okay, Esther, that's the weather. I think you can take in, you guys. It's coming from Radio LRB here on Staten Island, New York, with Freedom FM 87.9, the most listened to radio station. This is what we can give you as a weather report from today to Thursday. Every day we'll give you 3 days weather report until we get more finance. We'll go up to 5 days.
I know.
Into my brother, he's not here today.
He has some kind of stuff he's running after. He was here this morning, but he had to leave because of that. But thank you for the weather report, Tunis. Folks, you just listened to the weather report. Take heed. It is what it is. But let's jump into our discussion. We look at several stories today from the online version of 2 local dailies. We looked at the Front Page Africa. We also look at the Daily Observer, that is the Liberian Observer Online. So the Daily Observer is called Liberian Observer Online. We look at the story of, this whole Yeke issue and we there's also this gold thing we tried talking about yesterday, but I think we did not really elaborate on what's happening. And I was also interested in this whole printing of new banknotes. So let's hear from you guys, and then we can come to me. Aliyu,
you got somebody else here?
Yes, Aliyu is there.
Okay, Aliyu? Then let me leave you guys. I have to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow, please.
Okay, go ahead, Tonis. So Aliyu, you can just go ahead, and then I will take it from you.
Yes, Esther, thank you there.
Yes. On the left.
Thank you. But just give me like 2 minutes, and I will get back to you, please.
No problem. And so, folks, let's dive into our conversation. This country, Liberia, belongs to all of us, and for the fact that we behave or we act like the country belongs to government officials is a reason why we get what we get from them on a daily basis. When people feel like they're not entitled to you, want to know that when issues arise in the country, when they do the wrong thing, we are going to use a week to talk about it. And after that week, it's just over. Everybody go back to their normal business and all of that. These are some of the reasons why this country is where it is today. We are the actual custodian of power because it is us. In the absence of we, the citizens, there will be no lawmakers, there will be no president, there will be no person of leadership in this country. It is us. We have this power, and we can change whatever we want to change in our country. With the issue of what happening at the Bill Mountain, we talked about yesterday, is a sad thing for Liberia, knowing fully well that we elected people, put them there to do the right thing for us in the interest of the country, and they are seeking their own interest. It's a serious wrong thing that's happening in our country. But what do we as the citizens do about it? We don't do nothing about it. We talk about it for a week and we put it behind us. We move forward with life like we have accepted what's happening. So this is it. Now you have lawmakers at their house running behind Yeke, meaning the small mobile, running behind Yeke on this whole issue of what Yeke said, talking about impeaching him and all of that. When you know fully well that this is not the real issues that's happening to Liberia, there are lots of things happening in this country. There are a lot of concession agreements that you have gone through, you accepted, and today our people are suffering. How many of you been to Cape Mount? I remember I was in Cape Mount what year was that? I think it was 2023. Yep. When the then education minister was touring the various counties when they had that Arise project, I was opportune to be on that trip to 3 counties. And honestly, when we went to Cape Mount, it is really sad that the people live the way they live, knowing the amount of money, the amount of resources that this particular county has. The amount of money that is being raised from this county through this company, Blue Mountain. Who is this company benefiting? I thought it should be benefiting the citizens. You know, when all of these things happen, at the end of the day, the country still suffers. People still go to bed on empty stomach. Children, this should not be happening to us as a country. Liberia is not a poor country. We just need to put the right things in place. And who has the authority to do that? We do not have the authority to do that. We put you there to do it for us. And because you feel that you can get 1 and 2 for yourself, you're able to get in on private jet, leave this country, go to Turkey, go to whatever country you want to go to, and get medication, when the rest of your people back home are suffering lack of healthcare, proper healthcare, and then you feel like it's okay, everything is fine. But I don't blame these people. I blame we, the citizens. Because when these things happen, what do we do about it? We talk about it for a week. And after a week, we're done with that story. The story is over with. But when we rise up and put these people's feet to the fire, they will do the right thing. They will know that we mean business. Because every time that we would just sit back idly and let them go through an entire 6 years, what become of the rest of the people? Add 6 years to your age currently, and then add another 6 years because another book will come after. Add another 6 years to it, and that's how it is. Before you know it, you're old, and Liberia hasn't changed. The citizens must feel entitled. You must know that you, as a citizen, you have the power. You did civics in school. You saw what you know what your rights are. You know what your rights are. Your rights are there. All of your fundamental rights as a citizen of this country. Are we really looking at these things?
No.
Which is a sad thing, because at the end of the day, this is how this country will be. Tomorrow you'll be 80 years old, Liberia is still the same. The rest of the country around you have gone far. Look at this country. You live in the capital city. There are buildings all around here in the city center. They are still using the push boys to bring water for them in their various buildings. Can you imagine the city for going music 21st century? But go ahead, Ali. I will take up after you. I bet you're working. So just go ahead, quickly make your point, and then we can continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you there, Esther. You see, the problem here, like I always ask, what is this government priority? What this government really do with saying, this is our priority, these are our priorities that we need to transform this country into a better one. Like, sometimes I really question myself when I see President Barkai. This is a man that really campaigned to come and rescue the Liberian people. They talk about wasteful spending. And today, this issue about Yeke Koluba, this is a political issue. Just how they did everything or misuse the country resources to remove Konati Kofa or sitting speaker. And at that time, Sumbo Moluba and others, they only say, oh, we need to impeach the president. You get a president that does not respect the constitution, that even make him to be a president, the constitution that he took up, that he will protect the constitution and make sure that he protect the people of his country. And you get a president today that does not respect the constitution and the rule of law. This is America, the greatest country in the world. A certain president was impeached because of changing position. But today it happened in Liberia. That was the first thing Bwaka did, to take people from changing position. And at the end of the day, those people, they told him you have to reinstate them. But because we don't have respect for the Liberian people resources, instead of using that money to put medicine in the hospital, give our people a better health care, the educational system, the security system, the agricultural sector, he prefer using that money to pay them off. Yeah, this is the man they say is a man of wisdom. This is a man that came to unify the country. We saw what he did to Maxwell Kimia. This is the man that they say he's a man of wisdom. He came to unify the country. Today, the central bank governor, the money you took to pay that man up, Bwaka, you know what he could do for Liberia? The campaign of wasteful spending yesterday. See the lives of the people in Kinjal. And I see people, all the people of Kinjal, they had to stand up. This is a government that came to rescue the Liberian people. When they took over, the first blood they shared was to go and kill our people in Kinjal. Because they were standing up for their right. What become of that today? Nothing. Nothing. When they say, oh yeah, Bwaka Nelson booked us concession, and he said it was an old car park in the garage. He's one of the signatories to that concession in Kinjal. When we were working over there doing the Ebola virus, Madam Sedi used to go there, with her hands in her pocket, walking on site while we are there working. They are Bwaka. We were carrying on that work. Those were some of the useless and bookers concessions at the time. Today, look at the lives of the people in Great Cape, Makate, Kinjal, where the money is taking place. If you die today on job, the big money they will give your people that $500 US. There are people that been working. I know them for more than 6-7 years. They are what, contractors. They are not even employed. You go today, they are doing underground mining, where if people go underground from Zimbabwe all the way to Kwempo Junction, people are going underground. They are working. Their lives are not even there in show. When they die, then they get a $500. What can $500 do for someone? You get you get other lawmakers sending Makate. Do they care for their people? No. When something happened, they only go there. When we were there, when workers want to complain, when they go on strike, when our lawmakers go there, they don't even say how time they enter in the compound to the people. They get everybody their evidence. When they get under, you know, the people they will take care of you, but they are not even getting the money they spend here. They are not even getting the mineral that they're supposed to get.
Look at that.
Whoa, I work up the mine. I work with geologists, drill and blast. We the one used to blast. We turn the whole ground upside down. All the horses shaking. I work as material trailer site to build that place, and I also work in the mine as a drill and blast. If you see the mineral that coming from Kinjal, the low grade, the high grade, the medium grade, when we blast sometimes you see the chalk, holding nothing, you can see the raw gold. But today, look at the lives of the people in Kinjal. When somebody is sick, they call the company, you please help out with the ambulance, they will say the ambulance here, but no fee. Your people will have to buy you and put it in the ambulance to take it to CJ or bring it to JFK or Redemption.
Imagine.
The back there, they are where they know of these people. But the clinic there, they don't even say have ambulance. You see, they don't even have medicine. When they carry medicine to CJ, when they say, okay, yeah, one bag was over, then they take it to Kinjal or other clinic there around in the country. But see the money that coming from over there. Today, you get a president that came to rescue the Liberian people. These are concessions that you sign. You say you are just vice president. Today, you president. Revisit this agreement. But it's on the opposite. I will always say this. Here, we don't regret voting for representatives and senators because these are not hungry people. These people are only going over there to set legacy, to change the lives of the people in Liberia district. But Liberia today, 98% of the people we elect, they're only going there with the mindset to enrich themselves. When it comes to signing concession,
Of course.
they are looking at the concession agreement. They know it is not in the interest of the Liberian people. But because if I Ali Masale sign, I get $50,000 bonus for like my signature. That's all the people may over there for signature bonuses. They are not there in the interest of the Liberian people.
Of course.
Only 29, if you take all these people for them, the next batch you bring in, that just the city. We have a systematic crime.
Yeah. Okay.
We can
That's it.
use the system till we can get people who put the interest of Liberia and the citizen first above their personal interest. We are not going anywhere as a nation.
Mm-hmm.
If we will get lawmakers, we continue complaining that they are the cause of our problem, and they can say to themselves and say, "Oh, gentlemen, let's see how we can cut down our salary, how we can get rid of this buying cars, those scratch cards, those." If you will give me money for all of this, if you as a government, you take responsibility of my car, my scratch card, my gas, all of these things, then you pay me $10,000. Thing I'm supposed to use my salary for.
Imagine. Because
Government is doing all of these things for you. Why can you people put the interest of the country first than and the citizen? But still, you're putting
I'm not cutting you off, Ali. I'm not cutting you off, right? But even in the absence of the salary, everything, all of the incentives they are getting, let them have their incentives. We don't want their incentives. We want them to make laws for our country, sign concession agreements that will be in the interest of the country. Simple as that. The more money you have, even if you're eating what you got, what you're getting for your salary and all of that, and not signing Bucos agreement, I mean, it will help the country.
It will help the country.
You see, mining in a place. I'm told that they're even digging on people's homes and all in a place, digging all between the people's houses. They got trees planted all there. You're taking the place from them. They're supposed to be making farm on those lands. You're taking it from them. Yet they're still suffering. You're not giving them back anything. Nothing you're giving them.
Esther Liberia, that's the. I will be in the country anytime soon. I will take you to Kidman. I will take you back to King George. Go and see them. You see, this is how our people looking. You see, if you people they give you they buy you car, they gas your car, they give you scratch car, they pay your office staff, they pay your people that work you to your house. Government pay for all of these things, and then they pay you $10,000-$15,000 US a month. Something that your salary is supposed to take care of. Government take all the responsibility. What you need to do, make sure you sign concession that will be in the interest of the people, that will impact their life. You see, pass build. Budget 18 that will impact the lives of the people, because what government is doing everything for you, but yet they stay. They will start Bucos concession. They know this concession going to Grand Crew, going to Lima, going to Lofa, is not going to benefit the Liberian people. But because one lawmaker or one minister gets some kind of leave with that company, so they will just say that, okay, my man, because of you, we will sign 18, but we need 25, 50,000 for our signature.
Right.
And one the company, and this is why when you see the video that I saw Stanton was talking on, when Jeremiah Kuhn went there, you see the people, they not even say have no fear when they were talking to Jeremiah Kuhn, because they are already signed an agreement and they already giving your lawmaker their signature bonuses. And so there is no fear you could see it in any serious manner country. When Jeremiah Kuhn went down there, the government will shut down that place immediately.
Of course.
You see, they will tell me right now you people have to cease all operation. You're talking just there, they will go and bring the Turkish people there. The Liberians are teaching them how to use the rate. The Liberians are in the mind.
The lawmakers leave from here on a private jet and go to Turkey for medical. How do you think they go there?
You see, they have been compromised. They have been compromised. You see?
And that's why I keep asking this question over and over. Why is it that they will have to have a special clinic or hospital for them? Why they have a different side for Liberians? Why? Is it not a health facility? She did not have the same health facility. Why should it be, different? Why? And I'm even told there's no drug there. There's no drug at the bill for the local people.
No drugs there. And my wife was working there. My wife was a nurse. She was working.
Providing proper care for the people, and you want the best for yourself. That's why you separate them. which is wrong, and our people agree to it. They agree to it.
Then that clinic they get in Kinjo now. Those 3 doctors and nurses they get in Camp David. They're supposed to bring them to that clinic. All the medicine they get to Camp David, they put everything in that clinic. When experts are saying they treat them right there. When community people say they treat them right there. But they look at the people to be non-living. They say, oh, let's just build a place and give it to them, they be there. Because now the agreement between them and the government, that they will only the government will be possible to put medicine there. You see? So that's how I'm looking like that. The government responsible to put medicine there, they just build a place and give it to the people like that. No medicine, nothing. But enter Camp David, go see medicine in there. So that's the country. And we have lawmakers that are supposed to be on the back of these people. But like you said, you're using the people helicopter, private jet, the thing to go Dubai, to go Turkey and go flex.
Do you think the president went to Foya the last time the private jet he used? It was Blue Mountain. Everything. So tell me now, when Blue Mountain can get the president private jet to use to go up and down the country, you think the president will say anything about the wrongs they're doing? He would not.
He will never say that. He will never say that. He will never say that.
We say to our troops.
Oh, you hate the country, this and that. I care what you do. Baka la 50 years. Baka you like me. Baka 100 years. If it affect any children, no, nothing they got to do on me.
We die in the country. We just sorry for ourselves, because if we cannot fix this, it means our children will inherit this, and when they inherit it, it means that we're not changing anytime soon.
Anytime soon.
We're all into this very situation. That's what it means, which is really very bad for this country. You got other countries around using their brain. Look at Ghana as an example. Ghana, you fly into every minute. How do you think they got there? It is because they put their feet down, they respect their citizens, they want the best for their country. That is why they are where they are today. You prioritize yourself. You must always come first. Always come first. Put yourself.
Look at we cannot compare ourselves with our next door neighbor, Sierra Leone. See, Ivory Coast, Guinea, Liberia, the oldest country in West Africa. You see, now we get the oldest president who said, you know, all the problems Liberia is faced with have been solved. One of these problems, this is 3 years now of his administration. No. But when you talk, they say, oh, you like Baka 2 years, Baka 50 years. Keep it there. And you say, when Baka dies, you will keep your boy ballet the man, put it there. You see? But that issue about King John, Jeremiah Kun went there, you can't see the speaker too going there. But all the people under the Liberia people, then the vice president went there, the speaker was suited on the delegation, they go there, and the end of the
there. Yeah. The way you read again.
Yes. The vice president finish going there, you get it late. The speaker too coming go there. Now all Liberia people will be seeing nothing with John.
And Ali, that is why the people must speak up against this thing. That is why people must rise up against it. If the president or if this government cannot do anything about it, if they cannot review that concession agreement, there are a lot of people in this government that are from Cape Town. What are you guys doing? I mean, what are you thinking for your people? Because you in Montserrat, so you don't have time for the people back home. Some of you grew up there before you came to Montserrat. Are you not thinking about these people? We want to see you guys review that consent. We don't even want now Blue Mountain people in our country because they're wicked. Along with you, every one of y'all wicked.
I was in that place. The people that was one of the reasons they voted for Vani Shemo to be senator of Great Cape County. Their expectation were when they vote for him, he was going to make sure he can down on Beer Mountain, and they were going to kind of better live in Great Cape County, and even that of King George. Their condition became worse when Vani Shemo was senator. Okay, that's the worst thing. You see, even the people of Great Cape County, their own children that they elected, they voted for them. They even say get time, like we say here. Those people only get time for themselves. Their signature bonuses. Why you do? I was there, and what I left there is still happening there. Jenna Daba, I said go over there. She will get there. Oh yeah, you know what? They see her. We coming to summon them, and we will see what to do. It will stop this. What have you? Let's just give her time. We coming to call them. That will be the end. Because why she finish getting your envelope. That's how they been doing from time to time. And Joseph Baka Una says there will go, another person can that says there, the people of Greke Makate Kinjo, they will go under the city. This is what been happening. Then we been over there when that concession was signed, when we started working there. Just imagine for any time to Bakata and the city, doing one thing over and over and expecting a better result. That's the highest level of insanity. And that's what happening in my country today, and Liberia as well, the whole country.
Thank you. We have to now engage our audience. Let's firstly look at our comment session. Let's see what we have from the comment session this afternoon. It's in the afternoon now. Let's read some of your comments. We have Vinicius Junior Bar. He says, I'm following you from Newtown. We have Hilton Willegedo says, I'm watching you from Greenville, Port Sino County. Henry Tito Jr. says, good morning, my Freedom FM family and the Radio LIB crew of Staten Island, New York City. And the weather report man, Uncle Tunis. I'm watching from a residence in Caldwell. Thanks for the updates. We have Chiba Kamara. He says, good morning to my Freedom FM family watching live from Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. We have G. Kofi Ganger says, that's Gaga, sorry. He says, good morning. I am watching you from Transit opposite the EPK barrack. That's the military barrack. We have Clarence Obechi Dwe. It's been a long time, Clarence. Welcome back. He says, good morning, Winda and Esther. I'm watching this morning from Grand Paso County. We have mine, Tony and Son says, I'm following live from Bureaufield this morning. Clarence again says, what for God is for Jesus. I wish Joseph Waka could sentence Yeke Koluba to 25 years in prison with hard labor. Yeke Koluba, whenever you plant cassava, la cassava you can harvest, not yam. And Henry Tito Jr. says, yes, it's still the same, Uncle Tunis. And we have Todman Sanwolo says, good morning, Esther. These people are not serious. They don't have time for our people whom they claim to protect. Esther, is any of your relatives have any of your relatives ever worked at RI? Yes, my dad worked there before. My eldest brother also worked there before he passed. But we have Estelle at his Mars Dakudo. And Estelle M. Chipley says, good afternoon. I am watching from Bannersville Junction. We have Clarence M. Forbes says, good afternoon, Esther, darling Daku. I am following your fascinating, informative, educative, and firing conversation from my Jonah Island resident Indo community this afternoon. We have Yasa Sherry. She says, I am watching. We have Ace Combar says, good afternoon, Freedom FM family. I'm following you from the Gambia. And I think so far these are all of the comments we can read now. Let's jump quickly to our telephone lines and hear from our audience. You can now call us and put in your contribution towards the various things we're talking about here today. Call us on 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. These are the numbers you can call us on this morning and be a part of our talking point. We're talking about, the impeachment of Yeke. We're also talking about this stuff with Butte Mountain. I mean, what our people are going through, they do not deserve what they're going through. We're hoping that the government can, review this concession agreement, because we know fully where they are in bed with these people. It is not a possible thing, to let the company go. But we are hoping that they are willing to negotiate and see that our country can benefit more of our resources. Because how can we have the resources that is for us and people are mining it and they are taking more while we are taking less? I mean, it does not have to be 50-50. Even if it is 45 and they're taking, whatever they're taking, I mean, it's not a bad thing. But for the fact that our people who work there, putting their lives at risk, And not just those that work there, but those who live there. Their homes all around the communities are being mined. Some of them do not have access to farmland because of what's happening there. At the end of the day, in 20 to 30 years to come, what is going to happen to their homes over there? Are they not going to be affected? A couple of years ago, they had a water issue. And when the water got polluted, we all saw what was happening in this country. At the end of the day, these people are living one of the worst life in this country, with the kind of resources that is coming from down there, going to government revenue. This is sad for our country. Or we'll engage our audience. Call us on 0776 104 104, 0886 500 104. These are the numbers you can call us on. And let's talk about these things happening to us in our very own country. Let's pick our first call. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Yeah, are you getting me?
Yes, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. My name is Fred, calling from Broadview Rainbow Community.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, Pastor, let me tell you something. Our problem of this country, our problem is the lawmakers.
Of course.
Those guys that we voted for, they don't want to support in this country. Those guys, if they want position, they will eat with you, they will live with you in the bathroom. Even in your own recipe, they will come and pretend that they love you, and as soon as they get the power, at the end of the day, they are put the country back. Those lawmakers that we put into power, they are the cause of our problem in the country. All the suffering that we're going through, the lawmakers there. For Catholic, those guys, they're on our feet. Those guys, those entire group, to kick them from out of the house. That's what we pray for. So thank you very much for the program. May God bless.
Thank you for calling. Let's take another person. Hello, welcome to the show. Let's hear you. And walk away from your monitor, please.
Yeah, good evening. Good afternoon to you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Eric.
Go ahead, Eric.
From Jacob. Yeah. I would like to tell President Joseph Juma Parker, thank you. Reason because of Yakakoma insulted our former president of the Republic of Liberia, George Manawea, and the Unity Party that he supported, and today Unity Party begin to stay by the good that he did, and after he finished insulting President George Manawea, we would like to ask, for me, I'm asking Pastor Joseph Juma Parker to sentence Yakakoma that last time when you know that somebody who are evil and very, very wicked, and you look at that kind of person to support them in your future, so you expect them to give you another good for them to like you to. So I tell Joseph Parker, thank you. And then make sure that you're gonna be finished.
Thank you for calling. Let's go to this other line. Let's keep our calls coming in. Let's pick this. Hello, welcome.
Hi, yes.
I'm fine. Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
I'm taking great from Boro.
Go ahead, patient.
Member of the Concern Librarian for Justice. Patient, the woman, they will try to divert our attention for all the real issue. The real issue, they preach about the money, and the issue don't know fast. What President Baga is telling our place. So you want our attention to be there. I see nothing wrong with Yakakoluba. I see nothing wrong with Yakakoluba. Nothing wrong with Yakakoluba. Yakakoluba is something other people. They were backing it. They didn't pay at all. He will leave a man and go for Yakakoluba. Then why now you want to keep the Yakakoluba? And what I'm creating news, Yakaka, I see where they pay me. Then why you want to remove them? I don't want to spend all that fair money. Yakakoluba, eating it by a district. But go in a house of you removing people, you join a greater group. What's that effort? Now what do people vote for? To the backer. You pass it all around. From place to place, you say you traveling. Nothing can come. President, after that is after removing your call back, the real issue now want to discuss it. And so the woman will get that for the mail. Then la propose after everything they had the machine president, they may will get hard attack on flower no. Anyway, we see old men will not get that in party.
Thank you for calling. Let's take this person. Hello, welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Hello, Esther.
Hello, ma'am. Welcome to the show.
Masale. Everybody. Hello, this is Mike. No, we're calling from St. Paul.
Welcome, ma. Helena. I said.
We Insta. Oh, I want to touch them. Now what is running after the thing where they did the top for that thing from there. Now what they want to do, you can follow back. Now what they want to, what's going wrong must come around. Then what are you wishing for? Let people enjoy their suffering. Here or here, people don't have it to eat it. Then you're stealing the money. You're doing this, you're doing that. But I'm blaming nobody. I want to see, I want to children that will be thinking of for tomorrow. They don't want in a united party fooling the other people who don't know right from right. I mean, right from wrong. And so, in heaven for us, we got to really pray. We got to pray. Then we will pray and God will be there for us. I tell you, thank you.
All right. Thank you, mom. And speedy recovery. Okay. Let's go to this other line and pick this person. Hello, welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Timothy Ye, calling from Panave.
Go ahead, Timothy.
Yeah, when you kind of Koruba and problem, they get Koruba problem. When they get Koruba is starting job, the citizen don't enjoy it. They don't enjoy the Koruba is starting job. We are starting job. We are and starting job. We are. The reason why I say this, they know to action against job. We are. I mean, in order to action against the Koruba because in such a president, in order to action against the man. So the guy used to be mentioned to get to Baga. Why you don't talk president? We are. You can try on Baga. So we expect the man and we'll put it in jail.
Okay. I hear you.
Yeah, my point down there.
Okay.
You know, job, you got to be on Baga.
Okay.
But let this in the country. Yeah, let us be zero. One man without be starting leader. Oh, in the country, they say, oh, you ain't getting to the other minister. Yeah, so you guys into the country.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling. Let's take this person. Hello, welcome. Please walk away from your monitor. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Calling from Melvin.
Go ahead, Melvin.
Yo. We are talking to Joseph Juma Braga, who is serving as President of the Republic of Liberia. He should not talk about the Koruba issue. Here, Thomas P. Fala, the money they took from Lova for Liberian people, and it's probably the cause for Liberian people. They should be able to solve it because they should not be stealing our money and bury down the pool in the pause and be discussing the Koruba business. So I want to tell him that we still monitor him, turn it to an answer me. We monitor him, we'll campaign against him, we force and fire all over the 15 countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Let's go to another person. Hello, welcome. Caller, are you there? Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm fine.
My name is Roland Smart. I'm calling from Brownsville.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the issue there is about, let me just try to spell on your Koruba issue. You see, our nation that not prepared to take action, especially for the leadership area, it become problem. And one thing I love about Joseph Braga, now that everybody complain about him, but he's a man with system. And the kind of system trying to put into a place that tomorrow when he leaves, those things will not happen. You won't have somebody who can come on you, protecting you, just cause people celebrate. Let's forget about Obon and all of that people, but that's not about leadership. Because leadership from God, not from man. So when you get to respect leader, it's a problem. So let the old man, set that record. Even when other time president come, government come in power to be able to take that same step. After that impeachment, I think that will be a punishment.
I just want to ask you a quick question. Are you aware that when President Walker was in opposition, he was an opposition leader? Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I know that, man.
Are you also aware that Yeke Koruba was a member of the Unity Party and Prophet Key was also a supporter of the Unity Party? Are you aware of that?
I know that.
So as a political leader, did he ever speak up against any of these things?
But God can transcend it. God can work in a way that people can understand. Yeah? You saw what happened to the Israelites in Egypt. When King Pharaoh went in our flesh and all those days, a whole lot of things at the end of the day, you are confused. You saw the end of King Pharaoh, right? Huh?
Of course.
Can you go to church?
My brother, don't bring that kind of analogy here. Joseph Bakai being one of the odious men in the country. He will play that on a radio and listen to Prophet Key for 6 years, insulting women, denigrating women in that country. So even though, yes, he was not a president, but they did speak out. As an old man, people claim that he is a man of wisdom, he's a wise man. He will say, no, not because I'm in opposition and we want to remove this government, but this is not right. I have a woman, we have our mothers, we have our sisters, we have our daughters. They didn't know. But now you want to say it is time for you to sell legacy. 6 years, Mr. Baka will get radio to a ear listening to Prophet Key, Kosi, Julia Howard Taylor, Mrs. Weah, George Weah, mother, and every other prominent women in the country. Come on, man. Don't bring that other nonsense talk here.
And that's what I don't understand about, some of the people who back these things. Because this is not just about when the man was in opposition. The man was in power when Prophet Key insulted our cultural ambassador, Julie Indy, and she went to the court. What did they do? They threw that case out. Without even informing her, they threw that case out. They did not regard her as a citizen. It is her right. When somebody level allegations against you, say a lot of things, insult you, it is your right to take them to the law. When she did, what happened? They threw it out. Nothing came out of it. But when he insulted the justice minister, what did they do? They put him behind bars. So when it's in their interest, they don't bother. But as long as it is not in their interest, then they want to show power, which is wrong. It will not be right today. It will not be right tomorrow. It was not right yesterday. Nobody should even back it and talk about bringing Israeli story here. We're not talking about the Bible here. We're talking about what's happening in our country. We're talking about the reality here. That's what we're talking about.
And this is why I will always say this. We have to be very, very careful of what we do and say whenever we are in opposition. Because this thing will come back at us tomorrow. You can see John here. When he was in power, certain things that we the sedition will do, he will say, no, he don't stay with us. He will move from behind us. This is how our leader behave. You see, even today in opposition, there are certain things that when we want to do, he will say, no, you shouldn't go that route. Why is it he can't support us? Because he know it's not good for the country, it's not good for the party. You see, you don't know why if he's re-elected tomorrow, and people start to do this thing, they will say, oh, when you were opposition, you were sitting there, sedition was doing it. You should always be legally guided and minded as a leader. And this is why I always say, why the wisdom that people claim, like I have wisdom, he's a man of integrity, he's a wise man. For 6 years, you listen to Prophet King, you listen to Yaka Koluba. Did you want to call their attention, say, no, this is not good for our country, not because we are in. He never did it. But today you want to say, oh, it is start to set precedent. At least if you could why are you speaking today? You see, this is not good for our country. You should stop saying this kind of thing. You see, that was said that Yaka Koluba they didn't change. They don't want change. He only change and we need to back our knee right now because that the same thing he did for 6 years. And you people he break.
Ali, we will get back to you shortly to give your party statement. Let's just pick one more call and then we can call it a day today. Welcome to the show. You are our last caller for today. Tell us quickly what's on your mind.
Good morning, Esther. I'm Professor Mohammed, and I call for Down Coast Borneo, White Town community, and a member of the Concerned Nigerian for Justice. You know, Esther, thank you very much. These are some of the things we're always talking about. Because in a country saying that says the element will never live in a farm one tree for the farm one to die prematurely. Meaning the other ones will always guard the status quo of the town. That's what happened over the last 6 years. President Boakai is cognizant. This man embraced everything that will against the presidency over the last 6 years. He was planted when Jake Koluba was instructing the presidency. He did not condemn. He did not ask for any president to be said. This man embraced perfectly. He embraced Henry Costa to instruct the presidency that he qualified for today. They are shamelessly talking about certain presidents. Look, there's a saying that says, train up a child in a way that when he or she is big, he will not be backward. They train this monster. This is the whole monster they train. They must be able to live with it instead of diverting our attention to the real issue. The real issue is Indians have invaded our country as we speak. Liberia is under invasion. If it is anybody who needs to be impeached, in my mind, it is President Bouaka because he took the oath to defend and protect the constitution and integrity of our land. And I will speak Liberia is under invasion. Therefore, we must ask that he be impeached instead of diverting our attention. Thank you very much, Esther. Always giving out our attention to make our contribution to national development. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Joseph Colley, even though we're not supposed to take any other call, but let's squeeze you in quickly, Joseph. You will be our last caller. Go ahead and make your points quickly. We're already out of time. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Esther, and to my brother Aliyu, and to Mama Liberia.
Good morning.
I know I'm not a lawyer, but we all know an accomplice should be arrested and put behind bars because those are nothing to be condoned, and the law does not condone that. Bouaka was sitting there, he was an accomplice to the same man when he was throwing insult or raining insult on leaders in the nation. Did not do nothing. All the other lawmakers that were there, they did not do nothing. They were all accomplices to the same person that they're talking about. Even the police director, he one of those, an accomplice to all the things that have been happening over there. People ripping and giving them, how they call it, certificate. Those are accomplices, and these are nothing for us to condone. But what they are doing, they are digging a rabbit hole for themselves. So that would be a precedent. And the data they show now or crazy men behind bar. We all, it is the law that guard us. It's the law that protect us. We are all under the law. This law is the one that keep us as a nation, and we all need to respect that. Not because we don't like somebody. So God bless you. Y'all take good care, Mama Liberia.
Okay. Thank you for calling, Joseph. Let's go back to you, Aliyu. Let's hear your parting comments so we can leave. We're already out of time.
Yeah, thank you, Esther. Thanks to the callers for always participating in the show. No matter what it is, Liberia is all we have. Let's put the interests of Liberia first. And like I will always say, we should be very careful when we are in opposition, what we say and what we do. This thing will come back at us tomorrow, like today, the Unity Party. Yesterday, Yeka Koluba was very vocal because of bad governance within the CDC party. And he said that, the only way he can express himself was to go because to form a manner. And he was embraced by the Unity Party. Today, the governance, and he's going on but you want you to embrace your. He did the Liberia clean to law, build Liberia, think Liberia. You see, yesterday, Yeka Koluba was against bad governance, and today you people are doing the city, you shouldn't speak, but you should clap for you. If this how you want the country to be, Unity Party is so entitled to that Liberia belongs to them. They are the only people when they empower they can do things, nobody should question them. But when other people do it, question them. Liberia is all we have. Let's put Liberia first. God bless America. God bless Liberia. Thank you. Be safe. See you tomorrow.
Okay. All right, folks, this is it. We got to go. We've been here since 11 o'clock. And join us tomorrow, same time, for another fascinating edition of the program from the Print News. My name is Esther Dago. We had Solomon Hashim Tunis with us. He brought us the weather report. We also had Aliyu Masale. Do have yourselves a great day. We will be here with the full team on tomorrow. Bye-bye from our end.